Daily Tech News with Alan Smithson.
Good morning. Welcome to Daily Tech News. I'm Alan Smithson, your host. Today is Monday, May 20th. We have a lot to cover today. There's so much going on in tech. Even when there's a holiday in Canada, the world does not stop. Okay, first things first, I'm going to be giving a talk this week at Gatherverse. Gatherverse is a collection of wonderful speakers getting together to talk about the confluence of technologies like XR, virtual augmented mixed reality, spatial computing, and their impact on humanity. And there's a bunch of amazing speakers here: Dominique Wu, Anthony Vitillo, aka the Scarred Ghost, Casey Lane Millhouse, Musina Morris, Christopher Lafayette, so many great people, Terry Proto, amazing friends in the industry. And I'm really excited to be part of this wonderful conference this week. My talk is going to be called Humanics, the intersection of humanity, technology, and ethics. And I'll be giving a talk this week on the 21st, I believe. Yep, tomorrow. So stay tuned for tomorrow's talk at Gatherverse. Okay, check this out. This is really cool. This is using some combination of a bunch of technologies here, but look at the details you're able to get when you zoom in. So an image that normally you would just think things are in the background, but look. Whoa. How cool is that? The ability to put things in the far distance, just super cool stuff. And that is a combination of different workflows using Photoshop painting, Krea AI, and Magnific AI. Very interesting stuff. Okay, so over to more AI news. Intel's Aurora achieves Exascale to become the fastest AI system. So Intel's been working on some new chips and some new software and hardware, but really what the gist of it is that they were able to, with their new Aurora supercomputer, exceeded the exascale computing. That's 1.2 exaflops, becoming the fastest AI focused system in the world. The Aurora supercomputer surpassing exascale will allow it to pave the road for tomorrow's discoveries. From understanding climate patterns to unraveling the mysteries of the universe, supercomputers serve as the compass guiding us towards solving truly difficult scientific challenges that may improve humanity. I love it. Can't wait to see more of it. Okay. 100 things that were announced at Google's I.O. this week. There's 100 things here, and I won't list them all, but you can kind of go through this. I'll put a link in the description of the YouTube video as usual. Please subscribe. We introduced Gemini 1.5 Flash, improved 1.5 Pro. There's all the things in there. Gemini 1.5, as you can see, has a much larger context window of 2 million tokens, which is really kind of cool. You can put in videos, you can put in audio. There's so much there. Trillium, 6th generation custom. A lot of this we talked about last week, but just very interesting stuff. Imagen 3 for image generation. I'll let you go through that, but there's 100 things in there. And one of them was the fact that ChatGPT lets you import files directly from Google Drive and Microsoft OneDrive. So this has nothing to do with Google specifically, but ChatGPT is now letting you do this and bring in your Google Drive docs. I think this is super cool. They're just sucking up the internet's data. Okay, Google's also rolling out a new accessibility feature that lets you talk by staring at emojis. So if you're, there you go. You can look at your device, you can select your emojis, and you can have a conversation based on emojis, which is really neat, because if you're have some accessibility issues and you can't touch your phone, this will give you a way to communicate with the outside world. Okay, Hugging Face is sharing $10 million worth of compute to help beat the big AI companies. So it's called Zero GPU, and it gives everyone a chance to create AI apps without the burden of GPU costs. So this, as you know, training these large language models is in the billions of dollars. So it says, we're lucky to be in a position where we can invest in the community, Hugging Face CEO Clem DeLange told The Verge. He said the investment is possible because Hugging Face is profitable and close to profitable, and recently raised $235 million in funding, valuing the company at $4.5 billion. So they're sharing that with the developer community. And I think Hugging Face is really kind of that one-stop shop for all things open source AI. You can get your fair share of this $10 million worth of compute. Sign up at Hugging Face. Okay. This is really cool. Breathtaking Pine Lake environment inspired by a real location. So this, what I'm about to show you, is not real. This is unreal. Built on Unreal Engine. Check it out. The water shimmering slightly. It's truly spectacular. These are not videos taken from camera. This is all rendered in Unreal Engine. Out there, you can go and check it out. It's using a combination of photogrammetry, Unreal Engine, but they're using a thing called Speed Tree. Very, very cool in reality capture. There's a whole article on how they did it, so you can dive in there and start doing it yourself. Over to virtual reality. This is the most expensive app on the App Store. It is $1,000, but you get a free 20-minute trial. But what it does is it teaches you how to weld. So if you want to learn how to weld, I think $1,000 is pretty reasonable if you think about it. If you think of the fact that you have to go to school for this, I think learning to weld for $1,000 will save you so much time. And they have accuracy. You can get your welds right. You can practice to mastery. And this is one of the things that VR allows us to do, is practice to mastery, and at your own pace. Somebody may pick this up right away and be perfect with their welds. Somebody may be really terrible with their welds and need a lot more practice, but it allows you to, without using up any materials, become a master at something like welding. And I think this is a really great example of that. And Weld VR is available for $1,000. Holy moly. Awesome. Okay. Beer. Everybody loves beer, but repurposed beer yeast may offer a cost-effective way to remove lead from water. A filter made from yeast encapsulated in hydrogels can quickly absorb lead as water flows through it. This is really revolutionary, because if you have these filters, some places in the US still have lead in the waters. They haven't been able to figure that out somehow. I don't know why, but maybe it's a government issue. But being able to buy these little filter and put it on your taps can helpfully absorb that lead and not let it get into your coffee and your family's drinking water. Very interesting stuff. Okay. New advances in communications, in wireless communications, can help precisely pinpoint locations of people and objects. As you know, GPS works in the outside world when you're around, but in the inside world, it's very, very, it's a poor option. You don't really know where things are specifically. So using Wi-Fi and other connected devices, they're able to pinpoint things. And it's a whole paper in the Communications Engineering Journal, and you can go in there. It's using 5G and the ability to really pinpoint things in a very location specific inside. This is really, really cool. So it opens up a range of possible applications, including tapping into RIS ability to focus signals to improve call quality by directing signals straight to mobile phones' antennae, no matter where the user moves indoors. Amazing. This is super cool stuff, and we'll keep an eye on this. I think also it has, like all technologies, the double-edged sword of being able to know where people are specifically. This could be used for nefarious purposes or great things like getting you better cell signal. Okay. AI-based CAD assessments dramatically improve vascular surgery outcomes. So the idea here is they're able to take coronary artery disease evaluations and then apply AI to it and help patients get better outcomes here. They explored data for 500 patients who presented with no history of CAD or coronary artery disease, and then they went under elective carotid, peripheral, and aneurysm surgery. All patients were treated in a single center, and with 288 patients assessed, they realized that this is beneficial in deciphering this and really making better medical decisions for patients using AI. Very cool use of the technology. Okay. New robot hand could feel objects as sensitively as a blindfolded person. Okay, so this is a robot hand that has sensors in the fingertips. I've actually tried telerobotics where I put on haptics gloves, and they've got finger touch sensors, and I was able to reach out and grab things and touch and feel them. And the fact that the robot hand can now feel the world around it is really, really interesting stuff. So here, I'll turn off the, whoops. Won't let me go to full screen. All right, well, the idea here is that you can have sensors inside the glove where it can actually touch and feel. And this is really, really interesting stuff, especially for those who have lost their hands, their sense of touch. Now they have a sense of touch. Very, very interesting stuff here. I think it's very cool to watch and see what the future holds of this. Okay. Looking Glass, if you haven't seen this, Looking Glass is we have one here. It's a very small, very, very cool 3-dimensional display. As you walk by, you can actually see things in fully 3 dimensions with no glasses. And they just introduced a 16 and 32-inch display. The 32 inch is going to be huge, like a big TV. But wow, very, very large Looking Glass. I'm excited for this. These guys are based out of New York. They do an amazing job. And we have one here. It's really cool. It's a showstopper. People walk in, and what is that thing sitting in your desk? So very, very cool. 32-inch spatial display. Oh, amazing technology. All right, file this under very weird. Space warehouse, meaning a warehouse in space, promises cargo delivery in 1 hour anywhere on Earth. Inversion Space will launch its technology aboard SpaceX transporter. The idea is they're going to store things in space that need to be maybe distributed around the world quickly, and then pilot that down. And their whole thing was here. They've got a re-entry vehicle, and I'll skip to it. They've got this re-entry vehicle that quickly and rapidly deploys a parachute, and you can see this item falling from space down to Earth. And there you go. You can have a space delivery of your, I don't know what would you deliver from space? I don't know. Maybe Uber Eats from space? I don't know. All right. We'll leave it at that. Okay, over to some Twitter. This is AI is just getting better, and it's starting to now, instead of studying the context of the entire corpus of humanity's knowledge through the internet, what we're doing now is we're actually giving it the ability to see the world around us using cameras. And I think this is really, really neat. Check this out.
This is a really interesting object. What do you think this is?
It's definitely a unique piece. It looks like some type of ceramic decorative base.
Nice. The design is super unique. What do you think inspired it? Can you come up with a creative story and tell me a little bit about why it has these rings?
Perhaps the artist was inspired by the interconnectedness of nature, using the rings to symbolize growth and connection.
All right, I'm going to stop there, but I'm going to show you one more thing here.
Very small. Do you have suggestions on different types of flowers that might fit inside?
Due to the narrow opening, delicate and slender blooms would be ideal. Perhaps individual stems of orchids or lilies would be beautiful choices.
Nice.
Wow, how cool is that? But it doesn't stop there. Look at this. You want to understand how to make coffee in the morning. This has no context of what machine this is. It's just drawing data from the real world and from its corpus of information.
Not really sure what I'm supposed to do. I have my mug, I have my espresso, but I've never used this machine before. What should I do next?
It looks like you have the portafilter filled with espresso grounds. Next, you'll want to lock the portafilter into the group head on the espresso machine.
Where's the group head? Is it this thing in the middle here?
Yes, that's correct. The group head is the part where you attach the portafilter.
Okay, I think I got it on there. What do I do next? There's a lot of buttons to press.
Now you need to brew the espresso. Look for a button that has 1 or 2 cup symbols to start brewing.
Okay. Let's try it out. I'm going to go with this button. We'll see if it works.
Looks like you've selected the single cup button. Good choice.
The fact that it knows which button to press, and this has never seen this machine before. This is, what is it? Project Astra. There's more examples here. I'll leave the link in the chat, but wow,
really interesting.
What a world we live in now. Oh my goodness. Now, maybe a little dystopian. Some students showed up to their graduation to find the commencement speaker was an AI robot. I'm not sure that I would want this at my university. Congratulations to all the graduating students, Sophia intoned at one point, brandishing a creepy full-tooth grin. The fact that students came to a robot given commencement talk, I don't even know. It's wow, look at this. Many students didn't feel the same way that technology was the way to enrich the human experience. When the university announced Sophia would be the speaker, more than 2,500 signed a petition saying the decision disrespected the students, demanding a human take the stage. Well, I guess that didn't happen. So in an age of robotics, autonomous systems, powerful AI, what we're going to need? Yes, the Godfather of AI says we are going to need universal basic income, because as AI and AGI and ASI, or artificial general intelligence, artificial superintelligence, becomes more and more powerful, we're going to need some way to offset the fact that most jobs will be done by autonomous systems. And I think it's really interesting here. It says, I was consulted by people in Downing Street and I advised them that universal basic income was a good idea. He said that he felt AI would increase productivity and wealth. The money would go to the rich and not the people whose jobs get lost. And this is going to be very bad for society. I agree. In a capitalistic system, we tend to move all of the money into the capitalists at the top. And in an era where capitalism is pushed to the absolute brink, meaning we are using autonomous systems to create more and more profits, what are the rest of us going to do for income? So we're going to need universal basic income. That's all I have for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy it. Have a great day. Peace, everybody.